Have you ever wondered what would happen if you could dive beneath Jupiter's clouds? Most people think they already know what Jupiter is. It's the largest planet in the solar system, a giant sphere of gas with colorful bands and a famous red storm. That's the image that appears in textbooks, documentaries, and classroom posters. But that image hides a much stranger reality. The truth is that Jupiter is one of the most mysterious objects orbiting our sun. The deeper scientists investigate this enormous world, the more they realize that it doesn't behave the way a planet should. In fact, some of the most important discoveries about Jupiter have completely changed our understanding of what lies inside giant planets. At first glance, Jupiter looks familiar. It appears as a massive globe covered in swirling clouds and violent storms. Yet what we see from space is only a thin outer layer. Everything beneath those clouds remains hidden from direct observation, creating one of the greatest mysteries in planetary science. To understand why Jupiter is so strange, we first need to understand its scale. Jupiter is enormous. More than 1,000 Earths could fit inside it. Its mass is greater than the combined mass of every other planet in the solar system. If Jupiter had been only a little larger during its formation, some scientists believe it might have become something very different, a failed star rather than a planet. Its gravity dominates the outer solar system. For billions of years, Jupiter has acted like a giant cosmic guardian. Many asteroids and comets that might have threatened the inner planets were either captured, redirected, or destroyed.
The Pioneer spacecraft delivered humanity's first close-up views of Jupiter. Later, Voyager revealed a world filled with incredible storms, powerful radiation belts, and dozens of moons. But these missions also raised new questions. The more we learned about Jupiter, the stranger it became. One of the biggest breakthroughs occurred when scientists started studying the planet's atmosphere in greater detail. The cloud tops of Jupiter are incredibly cold. Temperatures can fall below -100 degrees Celsius. These upper layers contain ammonia, water vapor, and various chemical compounds that create the planet's famous colors. Powerful jet streams race around the globe at extraordinary speeds. Some winds exceed 600 kilometers per hour. Massive storms collide and merge. Lightning flashes through towering clouds. Everything about Jupiter's atmosphere operates on a scale that dwarfs anything found on Earth. The most famous example is the Great Red Spot. This gigantic storm has existed for centuries. No one knows exactly how old it is. What scientists do know is that the storm is so large that Earth could fit inside it. Imagine a hurricane large enough to swallow an entire planet. Now imagine that hurricane surviving for hundreds of years. That is the reality of Jupiter. Yet even the Great Red Spot is only the beginning. Beneath the visible clouds lies an environment unlike anything humans have ever experienced. Suppose you could somehow descend into Jupiter. At first, the journey might not seem unusual. You would pass through layers of colorful clouds and intense storms. But unlike Earth, there would be no solid ground waiting below. No mountains, no oceans, no continents. Only deeper layers of atmosphere. As you continued descending, pressure would increase rapidly. Temperatures would rise. The surrounding gas would become denser and denser. Eventually, something extraordinary would happen. The hydrogen gas would begin to change. Not because it was cooling down, because it was being crushed. The immense gravity of Jupiter squeezes the material inside the planet with unbelievable force. The deeper you travel, the greater the pressure becomes. Eventually, the hydrogen transforms into liquid. This is where our traditional image of Jupiter completely breaks down. Most people imagine Jupiter as a giant ball of gas, but a large portion of the planet is actually liquid. Deep beneath the atmosphere lies an enormous ocean of liquid hydrogen, stretching thousands of kilometers into the planet's interior. This ocean is unlike anything on Earth. Its temperatures reach thousands of degrees, yet the pressure is so extreme that the hydrogen remains liquid. The deeper you go, the stranger things become. Pressure continues increasing. Temperature continues rising. Then, hydrogen undergoes one of the most bizarre transformations found anywhere in the universe. It becomes metallic hydrogen. Despite its name, metallic hydrogen is not a solid metal. It remains a liquid. However, it gains the ability to conduct electricity. Scientists believe this metallic ocean occupies a huge portion of Jupiter's interior, and it may be responsible for one of the planet's most remarkable features: its magnetic field. Jupiter possesses the strongest planetary magnetic field in the solar system. This invisible force extends millions of kilometers into space. It traps enormous quantities of charged particles and creates radiation levels capable of damaging spacecraft electronics. Engineers designing missions to Jupiter must account for this dangerous environment. Without special protection, sensitive equipment could be destroyed.
Researchers believe that Jupiter's magnetic field is generated by the movement of metallic hydrogen deep within the planet. As this electrically conductive liquid circulates through the interior, it acts like a gigantic natural generator. The result is a magnetic field of extraordinary power. Yet, perhaps the greatest mystery remains hidden at the center. For many years, scientists believed Jupiter contained a compact, rocky core. That seemed logical. After all, giant planets should form around dense central objects. But recent observations suggest reality may be far more complicated. Data collected by modern spacecraft indicates that Jupiter's core may not have a sharp boundary at all. Instead, heavy elements appear to be spread throughout a vast region deep inside the planet. Scientists call this structure a fuzzy core. Rather than a distinct center, Jupiter may contain a gigantic mixture of rock, metal, liquid hydrogen, and other materials blended together. How did this happen? No one knows for certain. One possibility involves an ancient collision. Billions of years ago, the young solar system was a violent place filled with massive objects moving through unstable orbits. At some point, a large planetary body may have crashed into Jupiter. The impact could have disrupted the planet's interior and mixed heavy elements throughout its center. Computer simulations show that such events are possible. Yet none of the proposed explanations fully solve the mystery. Even today, Jupiter continues to challenge scientists. Every mission reveals new information. Every discovery raises new questions. The giant planet refuses to surrender all of its secrets. And perhaps that is what makes Jupiter so fascinating. It is not simply a larger version of Earth. It is a world where matter behaves differently. A world of endless storms. A world of liquid hydrogen oceans.
And despite everything we've discovered, Jupiter still holds countless secrets waiting to be uncovered. Thank you for watching this video. I truly hope you enjoyed this journey through the mysteries of Jupiter. If you found it interesting, feel free to explore more about our incredible universe. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.